What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black, STEVEE, the Black. I'm back. And first off, foremost, let me just say I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, a good Christmas. Mine was good. I enjoyed it. You know, Still enjoying the games that I'm playing. I got Madden 19, so I've been playing that. Um, got a smartwatch and other stuff, so pretty good Christmas. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I just hope you had a good couple of days. Um, you know what I mean. This, I guess you can say, it's kind of my preview prediction video, whatever you want to call it. But I just want to get some things off my mind. So this Sunday, a lot of things need to happen. A lot of things need to happen for the Eagles to get into the playoffs. First and foremost, the Eagles need to beat the Washington Redskins. And then second of all, before I get to that second part, the Eagles need to beat the Washington Redskins, and it's a team I think we can beat. Obviously they're going through a lot of drama this week with DJ Swearinger. Obviously they're on their fourth quarterback, Josh Johnson. I think we should be able to handle them pretty good. Now, that by all means does that not mean we sleep on them and be like, man, we got this, because they did give the Titans a run for their money. They did, and they almost beat them. So I think we need to take it seriously, like we did against the Rams, as we did against the Texans, and we just need to go in there in Washington and handle our business. That's what we need to do. And then secondly, we need the Bears to beat the Minnesota Vikings. And here's the thing. You guys know that I'm always honest with you. And my gut feeling right now is telling me that the Bears are in playoff mode. And what I mean by playoff mode is they're thinking about the playoffs and not this week. Because I know for a fact that the Bears are not going to play their starters that very long if they're playing. If they are playing, they're probably playing a couple series to a quarter at most, like the Eagles did last year with Nick Foles. But other than that, I don't see them playing long, because if we're going to be honest, the 49ers don't stand a chance against beating the Rams. They just don't. If we're being realistic now, everyone can say, oh, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Yeah, you're right. Anything can happen. But we need at least a decent team to go in there and beat the Rams. And the 49ers are not a decent team. We need the Bears to actually care about this game. But I think they know that that the Rams are going to win, which means they're thinking, why jeopardize our playoff hopes for another team, right? But I would counteract that by saying this. If the Eagles were in the Bears' position, right, and they had an opportunity to knock out the Dallas Cowboys out of the playoffs, I think they would. If anything, they would prepare their backups to play just as hard and great as their starters. While they're not talented enough, then you're just going to have to execute really well. Because if I was a coach, I'd be like, yo, I don't care what we got to do, but the Cowboys ain't getting in the playoffs. And I would like to think that maybe the Bears are thinking that same way too about the Minnesota Vikings. Only time will tell. But the only way I can really see the Vikings losing is if Kirk Cousins turns into Kirk Cousins. And what I mean by that is an ill-advised interception, a fumble, something that Kirk Cousins would do that would cost his team the victory, and Chase Daniels not screwing it up. But it's really a shame. Again, I said it before, to win the Super Bowl and not make the playoffs, like, that boggles my mind. But I will say, over these past couple weeks, I have been shocked and I have been proud. Because I'm just like, this is amazing. And we had just played like this all year. Oh, man. Because of this Eagles team, I'm telling you, if they get in, they might do some damage. Because I know they can beat the Bears. How do I know? Oh man, that defense. We just went up against like another good defense in the Texans. Yeah, their secondary messed up, but they got J.J. Watt, Clowney. They got a lot of rough boys up there. They got Khalil Mack. Please, Lane Johnson was handling J.J. Watt pretty good. You think he can't handle Khalil Mack? Don't tell me J.J. Watt and Khalil Mack are not in that same stratosphere. Don't tell me that. A week before that, they were handling Aaron Donald. Don't tell me that. If they can handle Aaron Donald, they can handle that Bears defensive line. Trust me. If the Eagles just get in, and with Mike Wallace possibly playing in this game and being activated, oh my God. You better hope that the Eagles don't get in the playoff, because I swear they can do some damage. I believe they can do some damage. I believe they could beat the Bears in probably a low-scoring game, like a 24-21 type thing. Because here's the thing you have to understand. The Bears have no playoff experience. And how do I know this? You think back to last year when the Rams, they were in that same position, or they were coming in, they were the hot team, young, exciting team, but what happened? They lost to the more experienced Atlanta Falcons team. Why? Because they had no playoff experience. This team, the Minnesota Vikings, they have experience. Now, Kirk Cousins may not have it, but that team was in the NFC Championship game last year, so they sort of know what it takes. Although they had a miracle to win their first game, they do have experience. But not Bears, not Trubisky. The only person who on that team who has experience is Trey Burton. That's it. Now come on. Wow. And another thing is, why would you want to face the same team 2 weeks in a row? Why? Who wants to do that? This is the NFL where anything can happen. Where I don't care how talented you are, how good of a team you are, you can get caught on any day. You can get got. And as I said, what you gonna brag about? Beating the Minnesota Vikings, beating a division opponent, or beating the reigning defending Super Bowl champions? Beating Kirk Cousins and little to above average quarterback, or beating the reigning Super Bowl MVP? What are you gonna brag about? What are you gonna brag about? A lot of teams have been able to do that. Oh yeah, we beat the Eagles, we beat the champs. But then again, I mean, it was Carson Wentz coming off an ACL, so I mean, but I don't want to give no excuses. You beat us, you beat us. All I'm saying is, and I'm just being honest, and the funny thing is, a lot more had to happen in 2008 than it does right now. All we need to do is just have the Vikings lose. The Eagles needed like a couple teams to lose in 2008, and it all happened. And what happened? They end up in the NFC Championship game. Do I think that could happen? Again, Kirk Cousins got to be Kirk Cousins. He's got to be throwing interceptions, fumbling. He's got to take a knee when he's supposed to spike the ball. He's got to mess up. He's got to mess up. But truth be told, I think maybe it could be something else. I think maybe the Bears are looking at the Eagles and they're going, man, they handled the defense of the Rams. They've handled the defense of the Texans. Nick Foles is otherworldly right now. I think they'd be scared to face the Eagles, especially with Mike Wallace coming back, a deep threat. I think they'd be scared. So I wouldn't be shocked if they threw this game, to be honest with you. Obviously, anything could happen. But, man, if this team got in, I truly believe that we can beat the Bears. Go to Chicago and beat the Bears. I truly do believe that. And then it would be a rematch 5 years in the making. Nick Foles, Drew Brees, part 2. When Nick Foles got robbed the first time. Instead of Drew Brees, remember Drew Brees came to Philadelphia. This time it would be Nick Foles going to New Orleans. And while it would be a tough task, ever since that Cowboys game, the Saints ain't been the same. Their defense has been playing better. But as I said, this O-line has been pretty good. So, I don't see why. And plus, with Darren Sproles back, it has given them a little juice now. So, if they got in, man, but all we can do is hope for the best, right? Hope that everything falls in our favor. Hope things goes our way one last time. You know, I saw how everybody was clapping and cheering, man. And when Foles was down, everyone was doing the Foles chants. And then they came back in, and everyone was cheering. Oh man, possibly most realistically, Nick Foles' last game at the Link. Shoot. But let's just hope things go our way. I hope that. I know you obviously all hope that, but as I said, I tell it like it is. I tell what's on my heart and what's in my head and how I think. And then, you know, if you can't respect that, then that's your opinion. You know, obviously everyone's tired of their opinions. Like I have friends. Obviously, you know Addy, but I have another friend, childhood friend named Nick, who's also an Eagles fan. But there have been a couple times on Facebook I've said, "Oh, season's over, season's over." I've been saying that since we lost to the Cowboys the first time, and he's like, "I'm pretty sure you gave up. I'm pretty sure you gave up. You're not a real fan. This and that and this." No, it's just that they want to suck up to the Eagles and, oh no, everything's gonna be okay. No, I'm not about that. Please, if the Eagles do something dumb, I'm gonna criticize and I'm gonna critique them the way they deserve to be critiqued. I'm not gonna suck them and kiss their behind just because they're my favorite team. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what a real fan. That's what a beginner fan would do or something like that. And neither one of them are beginner fan, but they just choose to live in this fantasy world, and I'm not about that. If I see them do something stupid, I'm going to critique and I'm going to criticize them. That's just how I am. And if you don't like it, oh well. You can't understand that. I don't understand why you're watching sports to begin with. But that's pretty much about it. But if you could do me one more favor, let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with me or if you agree with them, and we can have that discussion. But that's pretty much my thought on this. It's been about 12 minutes, gone on too long. This is actually my second take. I did the first one earlier, but I didn't like it, so I'm doing it again. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. So please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, share. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly, and peace out. I'll see you after the game. Hopefully things go our way.